It's week 2 of the National Football League. Up next, we'll get a look at Patrick Mahomes. You can't ask for much more than his last game, a 5-touchdown effort. It's the Chiefs and the Jags coming up next.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to the Sunshine State and Everbank Stadium here in Jacksonville. Coming up, a rematch of last year's AFC Divisional Round matchup, as it'll be the Kansas City Chiefs taking on the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Alongside my partner Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you look at this Jaguar team. They come in off a good win on the road, and now they hit the home opener at 1-0.
And it's the defense that's really the star of the show. A terrific game last week. They got a shutout on the road, and that's something that doesn't happen very often nowadays.
Meanwhile, for the visitors here, the Chiefs, they too were winners last time out, so something's got to give here.
I love it when both teams come in off of wins. Great mindsets, and it usually leads to a really well-played game.
Two teams here, each off to 1-0 starts as this one is underway on EA Sports.
And this will go as a touchback, and they will begin things at the 25. Well, the Jaguars ready to go on offense for the first time, and they're led by the former #1 pick in the draft in his 3rd season now, Charles, Trevor Lawrence.
Last year, we got the Trevor Lawrence. So many tapped to be the savior of the Jaguars. He broke 4,000 yards for the first time and threw 25 touchdown passes and guided his team to the playoffs. This young man, he's been good since the first time he picked up a ball in Youth League. They expect nothing less from him again this season.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
And there on your screen, Charles, the key inactives guys out this week.
And there's never anything good about any injury, but there's a silver lining to them, is that it creates opportunity for someone else on the depth chart. Will they take advantage of it with good play, or had they not prepared well, never get on the field, and they'll go out there and hurt their team.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he reached the 50. It'll go as a gain of 25 on a play that started back at the 25.
Put a man in motion left, Ridley. Now a fake on the jet sweep, and they'll instead run up the middle.
And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. After the loss, they'll come up 2nd and 13.
Looking to throw, Lawrence.
Now he's taken down, a Chiefs sack.
That was Justin Reed, the safety, who got to the quarterback. So now after the sack of Lawrence, the Jags looking at a 3rd and long.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And this is going to be incomplete.
One first down here, and that's all, folks. Good work by this defense to hold things in check and force a punting situation.
So on 4th down, here's Logan Cook to punt for Jacksonville. Fielded at the 20. 39-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And it's Chiefs football, 1st and 10. Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their own 26. They'll try and start this drive in the air. A dump down to McKinnon. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. Now Mahomes out to his left. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. After the sack, things get a little tougher here. 3rd and long for Mahomes and the Chiefs. Steps away. And pressure gets to him again. So still a scoreless game in the first, but they're going to go for this thing on their own side of the field on 4th down. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense.
So as they talk it over, we step aside. 4th down, so Kansas City sends out Tommy Townsend. Back deep for Jacksonville, the dangerous Jamal Agnew. And now a
a fair catch called for and taken just outside the 40-yard line. No score after one on EA Sports. Second quarter now from Jacksonville, and it's the Jags with the football. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They've been playing the field position game thus far. No score, second quarter as they come up on 1st and 10. And they see right through that defensively as he'll be hit and taken down to the backfield.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 41-yard line.
Lawrence will throw.
This one. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. 2 minutes on the clock in what's been a scoreless first half. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. A shotgun snap and a give to ETN. That's some good hard running there as he pushes way forward for about 5.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Lawrence. Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36.
That time, multiple defenders getting pressure, and it's a loss of 6.
Brendan McManus on for the field goal. A 53-yard attempt.
He's got the leg, but it's no good. He missed it right, and this will remain a scoreless game.
And now 2 problems as I see it. First, you missed the kick, which granted was a long one. But second, you set the other guys up with great field position and enough time to maybe get downfield and get a field goal attempt of their own.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 43. Being chased out left. And incomplete on the deep ball.
And they've been kept off the scoreboard in this first half, but here toward the end, they're trying to change that in one fell swoop, but that winds up incomplete.
Now Mahomes on a bootleg, forced out to his left. The improv act there, good for 9, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd and short, 3rd and 1.
And Mahomes going to hustle him up to the line here. They'll try for the first Pacheco.
Out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. That burst good for 20 and a first down. They go play fake. Mahomes.
And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front.
Well, congratulations to them. They come through defensively with another stop. And let's face it, this secondary, they've gone unchallenged so far in the first half.
On play action, it's Mahomes. He fights him off. Buying time to his left. Stops short of the 25. The second effort couldn't free him. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. From the left hash mark, this a 43-yard attempt. Butker's kick here is good. And that will do it for this first half. So we've...
Sorry, Coach, put a pin in that. We are going to move right on to the 3rd quarter here.
Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth ready for quarter number 3. These offenses seemingly still back at the hotel for the first half. 3-0 our score as the second half gets underway. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. The Chiefs ready to go on offense to begin quarter number 3. And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I'll think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better. I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation and pick up those pass rushers, because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds.
Working with the lead, trying to get to 2-0. Here's 1st and 10.
Looking to throw is Mahomes.
He's got this to the rookie, Rashee Rice.
He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play. They go play action. Now Mahomes. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
The coverage keyed in on him since that last completion his way. He earned a little more attention on that route, and that made it a lot tougher to get a clean throw his way.
They fake the give. Now Mahomes. And that's caught inside the 35. And down to the 27-yard line.
A 41-yard gain.
Play action. Now it's Mahomes. Rolling to his left. That's going to be caught. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. Might we see our first touchdown of the game? Here's 1st and goal.
Pacheco is in. Touchdown, Chiefs. Well, they move the ball down the field through the air, Charles, and then finally they get the running game involved, and it works to perfection. Touchdown.
And, partner, I kept waiting for that running game to come into play and actually saved it until the very end. Touchdown goes on his stat sheet, but you and I both know, and he knows as well, his teammates airing it out made this a successful drive.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
And no return here for Agnew, so they'll bring it out, start the drive at the 25.
Here comes the Jags offense now. Time for their first possession of half number 2.
And their deficit a little wider than it was at halftime. Does that touchdown a minute ago change the thinking here at all?
I think it does, at least a little bit, because now urgency has to start setting in. You can't go out there and go 3 and out and run the risk of falling behind substantially, but you have to do it without pressing, because pressing, that'll lead you to bigger errors.
Jordan Jenkins, the outside linebacker, coming up to drop him for a loss of a full 10 yards. And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20.
Running out of the gun with ETN.
And a short gain across the 15 to the 17-yard line.
He's taken down at the 17-yard line. Brings up 3rd down.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off. Back now in Jacksonville.
They need 18 yards here on 3rd down. Now Lawrence to throw.
And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line, it's a sack.
A big loss on the play.
Here we go. Gotta have it. Lawrence.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Jags come up empty on 4th down. And now, boy, the ball's going to go over on downs here inside the 10-yard line. Mahomes going to throw. On the move to his left. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Patrick Mahomes, his 6th touchdown of the season.
And the Chiefs are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this 4th quarter lead. Well, this, of course, set up by the stop a moment ago on 4th down, and now that might be the score that puts this one officially out of reach.
And it's a tough one because your hands are tied when you're losing in the 4th quarter, because you know you've got to make something happen. They couldn't pick up the 1st down, and after that, the air just went right out of the balloon, and you knew you were looking at a defeated team.
Here's the Chiefs kickoff unit now as they'll send this one away.
And they'll bring it out to the 25 as Agnew elects for the touchback.
And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go.
Well, it's been a struggle so far for this offense, Charles. It's not only that they haven't been able to put the points up, but really stringing yards together has been a real issue for them in this one.
I'm so glad you brought up the yardage because I was thinking to myself, we've seen a lot of NFL games and we've seen our share of lopsided contests, but in almost all of them, both offenses have put up at least 200 yards in a game, but not in this one. This has been a display of offense that, frankly, I think the two of us have watched from behind our hands, trying to spread our fingers wide enough to actually see the result.
A 14-yard first down pickup for the Jaguars. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Jaguar football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score.
On first down, Lawrence.
That's caught on the left side by Kirk. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down.
From midfield now, Lawrence.
And this is caught on the sideline. Are the feet in? They are. What a catch. An excellent pickup of 34 yards.
Work to do here to avoid falling to 1-1, but this is 1st and 10 right now. Screenplay, here's Etienne. And the Jaguars are going to have a 1st and goal as the tackle is made at about the 5. Play action, it's Lawrence.
And this is going to be intercepted.
Mike Edwards picks it off.
Through an opening, and there he goes. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
This has just really been a solid second half from them, CD, as they add another touchdown to the lead and they start to pull away in what was once a close ball game.
Yeah, they actually put the Jets on in this one, didn't they? Put a little cherry on top with that touchdown. Now we just got to play out this final minute, and they'll get a chance to celebrate a very hard-earned victory.
Butker now to add the extra point. And the lead is now 24.
Makes the score, Chiefs 24, Jaguars nothing.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away.
And no return here for Agnew, so they'll bring it out and start the drive at the 25.
Out comes the Jacksonville offense as they get set to take over here.
And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And, okay, all right, I'm being facetious here. But you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game.
From the shotgun, Lawrence.
He completes it to Ridley. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. Now the Jags will use the second of their timeouts.
Off the play fake, here's Lawrence. And that one to the right side and incomplete.
This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for him, but after this one's done, you just feel like in the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
Again, it's Lawrence.
That's caught by his tight end, Evan Ingram. The Jaguars now will use the last of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game.
Going for it, here's Etienne.
And he's going to have the first down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line.
Move those chains. That's good for a Jacksonville. 1st and 10 at the 30-yard
Now
line.
Lawrence.
That's going to be caught by Kirk. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 11 yards there for Jacksonville and a first down as well.
That's good for another Jaguars.
A final shot now for Lawrence. And just not enough on the throw there. Down around his feet and incomplete.
Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
Under pressure, and he'll go down back at the 26-yard line. So this one in the win column for Kansas City, and this was truly a total team effort, Charles, on both sides of the ball.
Well, they absolutely pitched a shutout, so it can't get much better than that, right? The defense led the way, but the offense did their part as well. They moved the ball up and down the field, so you've got to like what you saw. What do they call that? A total team effort? I think when it's time to hand out game balls, guys from both sides will end up getting one.
So for Kansas City, it was a great all-around performance as they come out of this one with the victory. And they'll head back home next week to take on the Chicago Bears. Meanwhile, for Jacksonville, they'll fall to 1-1, and they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week.